So guys, we've seen you at the end of season 2. What can we expect in season 3?
So season 3 sort of follows pretty much straight on, doesn't it, from season 2 in terms of all this new information that's come to light for Brianna and Roger, and just sort of how they're dealing with that differently, separately, and together.
Yeah,
really.
that's a good way to put it, yeah.
What was it like joining a show which is already well established and massively popular?
Well, I think you need to take into consideration the expectations that people are going to have of characters that they already know and love, and picking that up and keeping an idea of what they're going to be looking for, their perspective of these characters, but at the same time I think remaining true to yourself and how you want to play the characters and how you perceive them. So, and also the show was already so successful when we started, and we're coming in at the end of the second season, so there was a lot to keep in mind starting.
Yeah, in a way it gives you a lot of pressure because it's such a big show and you don't want to come in and just ruin it. But also, in a way, it's actually really nice because Sam and Kat had kind of done that. They'd done the hard work of the acting, building the show and making it something great. So you kind of come in knowing that it already has a good fan base and everything else. It's not like, say, doing the pilot of something and then you've got that kind of uncertainty as to how it's going to be received. So in a way that was quite nice, wasn't it, to kind of come into something that had already been built.
Did you refer to the books at all in terms of building your characters, or have you based it purely on the screen versions?
A bit of both, really. Yeah, mainly the books. I mean, definitely to start off with. But then when you do get the scripts, and as the scripts get chopped and changed, parts of the characters do change. So you kind of have to take bits from each, and kind of keep true to both, keep true to the book version, especially for people who've read the books, and then keep true to what you see on the script and what your gut says with that. So,
and also Diana has written some very detailed, very well drawn and rich characters there for the taking anyway, so it's good to kind of read ahead. And obviously all we had going into season 2 was episode 213 was the last episode. I mean, and as great as that is, it only gives you only hints at what your character could be, so it's nice to read ahead and see it, at least have an idea of the essence of the character and what people will be looking forward to seeing from them, and keeping that in mind, and taking what you need to develop the character on your
the
own.
elements
and take it
that
forward.
in them that come out later.
We heard Claire repeatedly mention how Brianna reminds her of Jamie. How did you go about kind of copying? Was it copying mannerisms or?
Yeah. So I watched a lot of season 1 on repeat, just to get elements of Jamie's mannerisms into Brianna, so that there was always that hint. Obviously, the red hair and things like that help, but just certain looks that Jamie gives, or certain ways that he'll think about things. You kind of just see it in his eyes expression.
What's the Jamie look now?
Well, I don't want to make Sam self-conscious there if I say anything. I mean, actually in the book it's referenced the way Jamie kind of furrows his brow. Brianna kind of does the same thing, or I'm not going to do it. Or with Sam when he plays Jamie, if he's kind of being the cheeky side of Jamie, there's this sort of way that he sort of purses his lips and this kind of look to the side that he does. So little things, again, not doing the example, little things like that. Yeah.
And for you, we've seen your ancestor as well. I mean, I know it's quite far removed, but was there any way that you could?
Impressions.
Yeah.
Come on. No. Is that you mean Galus?
Yeah.
Galus and Graham McTavish's character. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I like that link a lot, actually, and that develops further down the line, I believe, if they decide to take that from the books. I mean, it's to say my great grandmother is a witch and my great grandfather is a war chief. Yeah, it's 6 grades. It's an interesting link. But I love that about the story. There's loads of those wee things, and she connects everything. She connects everything to all weird and wonderful places that I think just really enriches the story. I think.
I only thought about it just now when you mentioned it, but you've obviously met your great grandmother, or Roger has.
Yeah, that's cool, right? That's really cool, and I think there's obviously nothing of it. I mean, why would he? But the scene at university, it's quite interesting. She's like, come on, Brianna, and. There's his ancestor 5-6 times removed or whatever it is.
Excellent.
So
And
those
finally-
nice wee touches. I think they're really nice.
It is, yeah. And just one last question. What is it about the two characters, Roger and Brianna, that brings them together?
It's sort of their love of history, isn't it? And that kind of intellectual mindset that they both have. And all of this information, I think as soon as Claire sort of says about everything that happened with Jamie and the Stones, Roger's immediately interested in that.
I think Roger thinks she's hot.
That was the deeper
There
side
are added
to the
layers.
answer I was
There are
trying to
other
go for.
reasons, but I think mainly he thinks she's quite.
Oh, you can see that as soon as he sees her straight away in that episode. It's just like,
Yeah, he's not thinking she likes history. He's thinking she's pretty
Yeah,
hot.
Brianna's a little more indifferent. Just takes longer to come round. I
She
think.
warms to him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Not at all,
Thank you.